Well, if you watched my last video talking about Tyler Boyd, you know I said the only logical place for him to go was Tennessee. Nowhere else was logical. This was the best place for him, given his situation, given, the other teams and if he would start or not. This is the most logical situation. And that's exactly what this is. He is now going to be a Tennessee Titan. He's going to be playing under Brian Callahan, which, works out pretty well for him. Literally played under Brian his whole entire career. And yeah, it's gonna it's surreal that, he's officially now not going to be on our team. But, it is what it is at the end of the day. I thank Tyler Boyd for everything he's done for us. I don't like how it ended off on a sour note and a bad note, like how it actually ended. But that's a part of football. It's part of the business, part of the, purpose of football. And we're just going to have to kind of, go on from there. So, starting off right away, he signed a 1-year deal worth up to $4.5 million, meaning worth up to is incentive based, which with how long he stayed in free agency after the draft, a really good draft class, it does make sense that, he's not going to get his 1 year $9 million, which is what projected he wanted before the draft happened when he first hit free agency. So 1 year up to $4.5 million, again for a slot receiver. Now you have Calvin Ridley. You overpaid if you're Tennessee. I don't care, Tennessee Titans fans. You overpaid for Calvin Ridley. You have a 29-year-old on the right side. DeAndre Hopkins, still really good. 30-year-old on the left side. And now your slot guy is 29, turning 30 when the season starts. You got yourself a lot of old receivers. And here's what I'll say about it. It actually is very smart. You got Will Levis, who's a young quarterback who is trying to, figure out his way in the NFL. Last season, kind of a shaky, rocky season, let's be honest. But he still looked really good. And he showed a lot of good promise. And now with having veteran receivers, that helps him out a lot. Because now it gives him safety valves, check down options, stuff like that. So, I think this is a great place for Tyler Boyd. I think this is the best situation for him personally. Also to play under Brian yet again and kind of have that familiarity to the offense, to know what you're doing, to have an offensive-minded head coach. Again, it works out very well for him, right? It kind of sucks because even though I knew we weren't going to get him back, after we took Jermaine Burton, that's when I think the nail was in the coffin, right? Obviously, we also gave away his number, so that didn't help out either. But once we went ahead and officially drafted Jermaine Burton, that was the nail in the coffin. Because then it's like, okay, now we're getting another receiver in here. Plus, we got Tanner McLaughlin, who's also more of a vertical receiving threat, kind of a slot receiver. So, yeah, I mean, listen, we went through Jesse Bates leaving, went through Von Bell leaving, Hayden Hurst leaving, all of these prospects leaving. And some of them it worked out for. Jesse Bates, right? But Von Bell, 1 year leaving, he's back. Obviously, Hayden Hurst, he left. We didn't end up signing him back or bringing him back, but we could have. And again, maybe that will end up being the case. I hope not. No, it's only a 1 year though, so it's 1 year, up to $4.5 million. I really want to see the structure of this contract to kind of see like what the incentives of this contract are and how much is his base salary, because up to 4.5 means nothing to me. I want to know how much his base salary is. I'm going to guess it's this league minimum, and it's up to that amount depending on what he does. So, kind of want to know about that a little bit more detail. We'll probably find that out in the next couple of days. A little bit more an insight on his actual contract, but damn. It's like, I'm like, it's a reality. That's kind of what's striking to me as a reality. But maybe after 1 year, he ends up coming back to us, right? It's very possible he ends up coming back to us after a year. Maybe he has a down year, or this isn't, working out for him, and he comes back and he becomes our backup slot receiver. It's not that we need him, right? I don't think we need Tyler Boyd. We don't. And Obviously, last year he had 5 drops, which actually was same as T. Higgins and less than Jamar Chase. But it's just one of those situations where it's like, I wouldn't mind him, because we're not going to do this with Chad, which I kind of hate. Like, maybe like an assistant wide receiver coach. Obviously, Troy Walters is our wide receiver coach. We love him. But like maybe like an assistant type of situation. I wish we did it with freaking Chad Johnson when he asked to do it, but for some reason we refused to do it with Chad Johnson. Maybe Tyler Boyd. It's like something like that. But I know he's not at that point where he's going to retire anyway. So let's just see how this turns out. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next one.